Hi everyone, welcome to another Tiny Seeds. So we're going to have a short conversation about feeling sad. And feeling sad is not only about feeling sad, I've had a loss, somebody died, my puppy died, whatever. It is also about a bigger feeling. But let's start first with you've had an obvious loss. And this obvious loss has been important to you. And then it is very normal and very human for us to be upset, to be sad, to be grieving, and to allow ourselves to be grieving. We're supposed to do that. We are not supposed to be bulletproof, squish down our feelings, and act like nothing has happened, or act like we are okay so other people can feel okay, or being so strong for other people that nobody understands it is okay for you to have these feelings. Wait, cat in the window, so the sun is too strong. Okay, so let's just find a happy medium between cat in the window and the sun not coming in and bleaching out everything. What a blessing to have fantastical sun today, so I'm not complaining. Okay, so obviously still cat trying to sit in the sun. Okay, right, so let's try again. So you've had a grief. It is something that's important to you, and you are supposed to feel sad. Now, please just remember that the world have taken the normality out of grieving, and it's completely normal for us to lose people, lose pets, lose dreams, lose things that we really wanted in life, but we just can't do it for whatever reason. And then to mourn the loss of a person, or the pet, or the dream, or the job, or the loss of a worldview, because sometimes you lose a worldview. And like just an example of that is somebody had an affair. You had a worldview that your life is going to be the two of you growing old together, but now this has gone away, and suddenly you're dealing with a loss of a betrayal. You're dealing with a sadness of like I don't feel like I was good enough for you, but you also deal with the loss of your worldview, like the world is a safe place and we're in this together and we're going to grow old together. So we've got various kinds of losses that we have to come to terms with, and that's normal. And if you remember about how it used to be normal to grieve, we would have societies that would have grieving rituals, and we would wear black or smear ash on our heads or whatever it is that we needed to do in order to have an outward expression of our grief. And we didn't try to be okay for other people, but we actually expressed it, even with wailing or withdrawing from the community. So those are normal. What we are doing now is just absolutely not normal. And it means we don't honor that thing, that person, that whatever it is that we lost. We don't give it the respect of it was really important in my life and I'm supposed to feel very dysregulated by this. And feeling dysregulated and grieving and crying does not kill you. It is squishing it down that really opens the door to all kinds of illnesses to come in. So it's really important for us to honor our sadness. But then we have a whole other thing that could be going on. And so I'm going to just talk about that for a few minutes, which is when we are so, we've got so much that we have never dealt with. We've got so much inner sadness, a strange feeling of just never feeling okay, because we've had a whole lot of experiences growing up that we never dealt with. And that is normal too, in its abnormality, because no child is supposed to grow up in trauma. We were not born equipped to deal with trauma. We just have behaviors and outlooks that we put in place so that we can still carry on, grow older, become self-sufficient, and take care of ourselves in the best way we can, despite the traumatic experiences that most of us are going to suffer in our lives sooner or later. So these experiences that we have, because those traumas that we have when we are small, they are all because of a parenting style that we experience, uh, an absence of a parent that we experienced, uh, actual trauma and abuse that we experience, actual loss that we experience. And all of those ones have a certain element of neglect or somebody being absent, even if they didn't intend to. They were just single mothers doing the best. So all of them has a certain element of a child having had to cope some sort of way by themselves. And that is why we grow up to be little adults before we're supposed to, because we just have to, in a way, self-parent ourselves with zero equipment. And that having these feelings that has not been dealt with, that we put away, doesn't mean we didn't have it. And even forgetting about them and just seeing the outward of, I'm feeling very sad in my life, or I just feel very dysregulated in my life most of the time, points us towards the idea that, yes, you most probably experienced some stuff that was just way too big for you to handle when you were way too small to try and even handle them. And so that's why I'm so passionate about doing the inner child work and helping us to work through stuff, because we're so scared of it. We're so scared of it. We don't know how to do it. But when you have guidance and support, it actually becomes so easy and it's so freeing, and it opens the door for us to just do our lives completely different, just better, really better. And it's nothing, it's an offending cat. It's nothing that we have to be scared of, honestly, really not. I've been doing this now for nearly 14 years, and I have had to do a lot of this work, and it was like I woke up and it was just all there, and suddenly life just had all these other possibilities that we just don't know exist. And you can be as successful as you want to be, or you can be as scared as you want to be, or that you are forced to be. You can be feeling disempowered, or you can be really goal driven and going for awards and money and prestige. And you may have all those things, but you do know when inside you don't feel like you fit 100% in the world, and you always know, I have to do more. It's on my shoulders. I have to do more. I have to do more. I have to do more. I am only feeling good if I make more money, or impress my friends, or try harder and fix more and be responsible for more people. And we all, anybody who's been down the road for a while knows it stops working, and it just will stop working. Just remember, we want to look for that deep inner sadness, and we do want to work with it. Now, you're going to go to a doctor. They're going to give you an antidepressant. You're going to dull your feelings. You're not going to work through anything. You're not going to change anything internally, but it's going to help you survive. There's a place for it. In the deepest, darkest situations, we need something sometimes to just tide us over until we become really better at the self-empowerment story. And then we don't need it anymore, most of us. You're also very likely to become diagnosed with all kinds of things if it is a pervasive thing in your life. And again, it's just going to be, and we know this now, there are so many people who are doing this research, that research are coming out that unresolved childhood trauma causes illnesses, causes mental health diagnoses, and it sort of puts you in a box. And then a lot of these are like, tough shit, this is who you are, this is your diagnosis, here's your pills, deal with it, get on with it. And if it's not working, let's give you more pills. It's not the attitude, it's not the way to do it. The way to do it, and I'm so thankful that more people are getting awareness of this, that these things can be just labels and not true, and that you can really deeply transform your life by going inside with some help. It's nearly impossible to do this without some help. You can, but it's near impossible, and you're going to miss some stuff. And really have that support and somebody else helping you co-regulate, and somebody else helping you through their own experience, through being a steady influence in your life, to provide that safe place so that you can start changing your brain chemistry, so you can start changing your neural pathways into whole, different, more empowered, more safety, and out of the sadness. And then so the last thing, which I want to say under sadness, is this. That feeling depressed is what we call it. And most of the time, it's just feeling completely powerless, completely, I don't know what anymore, getting very depleted. And some children give up when they're very small. It is when you're an infant, and especially if a mother breaks contact with you regularly, that eventually children will get a defeated stance. You can actually see it in some babies and some small children's stance, that they actually get defeated, because before that, all children believed in themselves and they believed in the safety of the world. But if a mother breaks contact, no, specifically the mother, because that's our first and most important connection. If that mother breaks contact with us regularly, and don't come and re-establish it and reassure us, but they leave it up to us to change something about us to get that connection back, we are at that young age laying down pathways, neural pathways of defeat. And we don't want to do that. 1 minute. Sorry. So it's unavoidable. But now it's not as adults that this is just tough shit. This is who you are. You have a plastic brain and you can rewire it. If you want to know where to start, watch some more of my videos, read some of my books. Otherwise, I'm really good at this work. Really deeply understand it because I had to rewire myself. So if you need support, I'm there for you. And an excellent place would be to start with my masterclasses and my courses, because they all come with live support and they come with worksheets in which you get to ask yourself some questions. And if you want, also another really good place to start is with my book Hamster Wheel Relationships for Women, whether you're a man or a woman, because we have 70 pages of questions which will bring you a great degree of awareness together with a book that gives you the tools. So this is really just to say a feeling that's underlying and pervasive, and it may cause you to be medicated up, tells you that there's something you need to pay attention to. But if you've really lost somebody, then grief doesn't kill us. Grief is healthy for us. Tears produce serotonin in us. Allow the tears, allow the grieving, talk to other people, let it out, wear black, shave your head, whatever it is that you need to do in order to have a visual manifestation of the grief inside you. I love lighting candles because that's for me a really good way of paying tribute to that which I've lost. And just see it as normal, not something that you have to hide and to squish, especially for parents. Let's normalize grieving for our children. Okay, I think this has been much longer than I planned. I hope you stayed with me all the time, right through this. Please comment in and tell me what resonated with you. I'd love to know what resonated with you. So please look under the video. I've got a whole lot of resources for you, free resources for you. I also have the links to me, to my website, and yeah, of course, especially just going to YouTube, there's a lot of videos that you can watch, all for free, all being made with a lot of passion for this work of rewiring ourselves, this ability that we have to change our outcomes, improve all our relationships, and just feel like we are fitting into the world. I'm sending you much love. I hope you have an amazing week. And until next time, lots of love. Please share, please like, please subscribe.